Hey, party people. So, what DJ used to say that all the time? And why is that what came out of my mouth? Wonders never ceased. I just spent the last 10 minutes trying to remember what I wanted to talk on video about today. So that's how the day is going. And I remembered. Yay! I want to talk about validation and give you kind of a different spin on it. A lot of the time, folks are very opinionated around not seeking external validation. The problem is there's a lot of nuance missing when people say that. There's a lot of nuance missing when most people say many things. Hello, internet. Point is, we need to kind of dig into this just a little teeny tiny bit and why validation can actually be healthy. Let's say you are somebody who grew up in an environment or spent developmental time in a relationship with someone, or ultimately even in a workplace environment, and you were constantly told you weren't doing something correctly. You constantly felt doubt. You perhaps didn't believe in yourself. You didn't think you were good enough. Your abilities weren't enough. All of this kind of stuff. People being told you're crazy. How many people here have been told they're crazy? Countless, right? Countless occasions. And what starts to happen is you believe this stuff. And so we lose touch with our ability to self-validate. And when we lose our ability to self-validate, when we try to work on that, people with good intentions but misguided intentions will say, you just need to trust yourself. You just need to believe in yourself. You just need to forget everything that everybody has said to you and just trust, like, you know what you're talking about, what you're doing. And to that I say, do you have any idea how freaking hard that is? Because if you've ever been in that type of a situation long term or even short term, you question your sanity. Like, you question if what you're saying, thinking, doing is even on point. Just like, oh, just, tap in and trust your gut and listen to your heart. If you've been constantly told on a loop that you weren't doing it correctly, that you weren't right, all of that, you don't even know what's yours, right? You don't even know what messaging is yours. And so quite often I will have conversations with people in sessions and I will validate something they've shared, or I will say something that validates something they've been going through. And the importance to this is when we connect with someone who helps us begin to see ourselves and begin to trust that what we are saying, thinking, feeling, doing is aligned and accurate and on point and truthful and on path, we need the validation. We actually need the validation because we were so embedded with the opposite. We need the support of people who do see us, who do believe in us, who can validate our experiences for us enough to build us up in order for us to be able to do it ourselves. Okay? And this is the nuance. This is the piece. This is the part that people miss. We cannot, at least I've yet to see it, flick a switch and suddenly be cured of self-doubt and trauma and low self-esteem and insecurities and the list goes on. So when I'm working with people and I am validating their experience, a lot of the time I will get back, they feel like they're finally being seen. They feel like they're finally being seen for who they are. They're finally starting to believe in and trust themselves. And over time, my role with them in a professional capacity is to be aware that the validation doesn't become a crutch or a dependency. And this is where a lot of people will continue to take advantage of other people when they know there's that weakness there or there's that gap there. And so I'm always very particular and very careful around how much I validate after working with someone for a long period of time. I will then reframe things. I will ask them things differently. I will approach situations with them differently. I'll get them to tell me what they think and feel. And I'll be like, yes, exactly, right? So again, a good practitioner can have this ability to be discerning and know when the validation requirement is coming from a place of the person's inability to do so. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like we need to honor where we're at. We need to honor our experiences. And then once we've like gotten over that hurdle, moved through that trauma, processed the things we're processing, it then starts to shift. And then it no longer is a thing. Like it just, all of a sudden people be like, oh yeah, I got this. Oh yeah, I figured that out. Oh yeah, that totally was on par with what I was thinking, right? Or feeling or whatever. So don't be so quick to see things as a bad thing. That's part of it. The other part of it is unpack and explore what some certain beliefs you might have are around certain practices, and actually ask yourself, is it a bias you have because of something you actually believe? Or is it something that has also been part of your socialization, your teaching, your beliefs that have been thrust upon you that were not yours? Check in with this stuff and really ask, is this true for me? Is this actually true for me? So here's to validating your own personal truth.